Alright, so our lesson for today is Congruence Theorem on Right Triangle. At the end of the lesson, you should be able to define Congruence Theorem on right triangles and identify HYL, HYA, LA, and LL theorem. So let's begin. So match the following or match each figure in column A with the corresponding triangle congruence postulate in column B. So if you know the answer or if you want to answer, please raise your hand. What is the answer for number 1? Yes, Irene?
Meron ka ba nakitang name?
Okay, letter C. Pakilakas lang po ng konti ha. Okay, next, number 2. Yes, Santino. Okay, this is letter B, side angle side. The second side is located here. This is common side or reflexive property. That is congruent. Next, number 3. Yes, Caitlin. Okay, that is angle side angle. What about number 4? Let's call Irene. Okay, side, side, side. Where is the third congruent side? Nasaan yung third congruent side natin? Ano po yung tawag natin dito? Ano po yung tawag natin dito? This is the third congruent side. What do we call that one? That is common side. Property is reflexive property. Pakitandaan po yan. Okay? So, this is, this common side or the reflexive property is congruent. Next, number 5. Okay, Anna. See again. Meron tayong 2 sides and 1 included angle. Is it side, side, side? Yes, Gian. Okay, B. Side, angle, side. Ano ang tawag natin dito sa ating included angle? Ano ang tawag sa ganyan? Yes, Irene. Okay, vertical angles. And vertical angles are congruent. Kahit na wala pong identical markings yan, as long as they are vertical angles, automatic po na congruent po yung angles na yan. Okay, so let us now recall the conditions under which 2 triangles are congruent. Pakibasa po. First, congruence postulate. Kindly read me siya. Alright, so next, kindly read Sherilyn. Alright, next, number 3. Kindly read. Tawag tayo, si Rico. Okay, those are the postulates. What about this theorem? Okay, pasa po. Ashley. Okay, so thank you. So there are another theorem that can be deduced from the congruence postulates. These are the congruence of right triangles. So here are the theorems for the right triangles, HYA, HYL, LL, and LA theorem. So lahat po ito ay for right triangles only. So, hindi po pwede yung regular triangles. This is only applicable for right triangles. Now, what is right triangle? Ikaw na ba si Mr. Right? So, parts of the right triangle tayo. So, when we say right triangle, that means there is a right angle. One angle is right angle. Ano ba yung measurement kapag right angle? Ano pa ang measurement? Yes, Irene. Okay, so kaya sa tinawag na right angle kasi 90 degrees ang kanyang measurement. So, yung isang angle ng triangle mo ay 90 degrees, then that triangle is right triangle. Si Mr. Right yan. Now, parts of that, ito pong longest side natin, we call this as hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is always opposite to right angle. So, ito yung hypotenuse mo, ito yung right angle. So, lagi po silang opposite. Okay? Hindi po siya katabi. Itong legs natin, itong two sides natin, tinatawag natin siyang leg, ito yung katabi ng right triangle. So, kung meron tayong illustration, for example, nakaganyan yung illustration natin. Okay. So, where is the hypotenuse? First side, second side, or third side? Yes, Santino. No answer. Okay, third side. Lagi po siyang opposite. Hindi yung katabi. Kasi yung katabi, tinatawag natin siyang legs. For example, ni-rotate natin. Ginawa natin pag ganito naman. O, ayan. So, ganyan yung ating triangle. This is a right triangle. Let's say, we have first side, second side. Where is the hypotenuse? Yes, Misha. Third side. O, gawin natin complicated ng konti. Gawin natin ganito. Ayan. So, meron tayo. This is right angle. And first, second, third, and then fourth. This is fifth side. Where is the hypotenuse? Yes, Cyrene. Okay, fifth side. Always yan opposite dun sa right angle. Now, let's begin with congruence theorem. First one is hypotenuse acute angle. So, if the hypotenuse and an acute angle of one right triangle are congruent to the corresponding hypotenuse and an acute angle of another right triangle, then the triangles are congruent. Now, as you can see, we have two triangles here. Particularly, they are right triangles. Bakit natin sabing right triangles? Ayan po, meron po tayong right angle. Si Mr. Right ang ating triangle. So, dito sa ating right triangles, meron tayong congruent parts. So, what are the congruent parts? We have side RA, congruent to side MA. Another, meron pa tayong isa pang congruent part na walang identical markings. Pero alam natin congruent yan. That is the vertical angles. Ito pong nasa intersecting lines na ito. So these angles are congruent. So yung angle RAG congruent to angle MAS. Now after you identify the congruent parts, identify the parts of this triangle, itong side natin. Is this side hypotenuse or leg? Is side RA and MA hypotenuse or leg? Ano pong sagot po ninyo? Yes, Cherilyn. Okay, hypotenuse. And this one is acute angle. So this is angle. So the two right triangles are congruent under hypotenuse acute congruence theorem. Okay, so that's the first one. Next, we have the hypotenuse leg congruence theorem. If the hypotenuse and a leg of one right triangle are congruent to the corresponding hypotenuse and a leg of another right triangle, then the triangles are congruent. So meron tayong two triangles dito. Itong triangles natin is right triangle. Si Mr. Right. Kasi meron siyang square corner. Now, let us identify the congruent parts of these two triangles. Who wants to give the first congruent part? Kindly give the first congruent part in these two triangles. Anyone? Yes, Irene. Aside sa angle, dun tayo sa hindi angle. Sige, Irene. Okay, line AC. Line US. Okay. So we have two congruent sides here. So identify natin ano tong congruent sides natin. What is AC and UB? Is it right? Is it hypotenuse or leg? Yes, Misha. Hypotenuse. What about AR and US? Caitlin. Okay, leg. So the two right triangles are congruent under hypotenuse leg congruence theorem. Now, in identifying the congruent parts in right triangle, do not include the right angle. Huwag nyo na po ito isama. Ang kailangan lang natin is hypotenuse, leg, at saka yung acute angle. Yan po, hindi yung right angle. Next is LA or leg acute angle congruence theorem. If a leg and an acute angle of one right triangle are congruent to a leg and an acute angle of another right triangle, then the triangles are congruent. So we have here right triangles. We know that these are right triangles because of this right angle. So Mr. Right. Okay, so let us identify the congruent parts. Who would like to give the congruent parts of these two right triangles? Please raise your hand. What are the congruent parts in these two right triangles? Okay, Santino. Okay. And another one, Santino? Okay. So let us identify if UG and AR is a hypotenuse or leg. Is it hypotenuse or leg? Caitlin. Okay, so this is leg. So UG and AR is a leg. And we have acute angle. So therefore, these two right triangles are congruent under LA or leg acute angle congruence theorem. And then the last congruence theorem, we have the LL or leg congruence theorem. If the legs of one right triangle are congruent to the legs of another right triangle, then the triangles are congruent. So the illustration, this is wrong. This should be the illustration. Ganyan illustration. Okay, so kindly identify the congruent part in the right triangles. Okay, let's call Cherilyn. Okay, so line UG and AR, is it hypotenuse or leg? Yes, Kylie. Leg. What about GM and RP? Leg or hypotenuse? Yes, Ashley? Leg. So the two right triangles are congruent under leg congruence theorem. So those are the congruence theorem for the right triangle. So let's recall. Ano yung mga theorem na yan? We have the hypotenuse acute theorem, the hypotenuse leg theorem, the LL or leg theorem, and leg acute angle theorem. Okay, so let's try this one. State if the two triangles are congruent. If they are, state how you know. So first, identify if the two triangles are congruent. If they are congruent, what congruence theorem is be illustrated in the picture? Okay, for number 1, what is your answer? Pwede nyo po i-rotate. Use your imagination, rotate the triangles, and identify the congruence theorem. Kapag ni-rotate natin yan, ganito po itsura. Ayan. Tapos, andito yung ating line sa gitna. We have the right angle and we have the identical markings. So, what is the congruence theorem for number 1? Okay, so dagdagan pa natin ng hint para malaman kung ano yung answer. So, this is 90 degrees. What about the the opposite side? Yung opposite angle niya. This is also 90 degrees. Remember, straight angle is 180 degrees. So, meron ka ng 90 dito. So, yung kabila, 90 din. Kasi 90 plus 90, 180 degrees. So, meron tayong two right triangles. Meron tayong one congruent side. Is it a leg or hypotenuse? Kung sagot nyo. Cyrene. Leg. So, leg ito. Leg yan. Where is the other congruent part? Meron tayong common side. May common side po dito. Gamitin natin ng color green. Ito po, yung common side natin. Ayan. So, yung common side, congruent yan. Hindi ba? Under reflexive property. So, what is this common side? Hypotenuse or leg? Yes, Caitlin. Hypotenuse. Take note, hypotenuse is opposite of the right angle, not adjacent. Adjacent yung katabi. Katabi yan, no? Katabi yan. So, this is leg. Okay? Itong nasa loob yung leg. Ito yung hypotenuse yung nasa labas. Itong mahaba. Okay? So, we have the LL congruence theorem for number 1. Next, number 2. What is the congruence theorem? Analyze the illustration. You can rotate the illustration. Then identify the parts of the parts of the right triangle, if that is leg, hypotenuse. Okay, so what is your answer? Irene? Okay, very good. Hypotenuse, leg. Bakit po hypotenuse? Ayan po, opposite sila. Ayan, opposite. So we have hypotenuse, congruent part, and we have a leg, congruent part dito. Okay, so hypotenuse, leg. What about number 3? Anyone? Sige, si Ashley. Okay, hypotenuse angle. Kasi meron tayong hypotenuse na congruent side at meron tayong acute angle. So, hypotenuse, acute angle. Next, number 4. Number 4. Analyze the illustration. Okay, Santino. Okay, hypotenuse acute din kasi meron tayong opposite side which is hypotenuse. Okay? So ito rin ay 90 degrees. Baka nagtataka kayo, baka itong second triangle, kung right triangle ba yan? Yes, that is right triangle. Because vertical angles are congruent. Di ba? Vertical angles to. So since this is 90 degrees, therefore the opposite angle is also 90 degrees. Next, number 5. Fifth illustration. Ano kaya yan? Sige, si Cyrene. Okay, hypotenuse, acute. Bakit hypotenuse? Ito po yung common side natin, oh. Hypotenuse yan. Remember, common side, and that is under reflexive property, they are congruent. Tapos ito, acute angle. So we have hypotenuse, acute. Next, number 6. Okay, number 6. So, identify natin. We have first congruent part. Ano tong first congruent part natin? Angle. First to second congruent part. Aside sa 90 degree, meron tayong, anong tawag sa angles na to? Vertical angles. So, meron ba tayong pattern na AA? Meron ba tayong pattern na AA? Wala. So, wala tayong pattern na AA. Therefore, the two triangles cannot be called as congruent. So, not congruent po ito. Next, number 7. Okay, konti na lang. 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, Caitlin. Hypotenuse leg. First, tingnan natin yung ating illustration. Is this two triangles right triangle? Right triangle ba kaya itong triangles natin? Kasi kapag right triangle, may Mr. Right. Ito po, yan. Yan. May right angle. So, wala tayong right angle. So, therefore, hindi natin pwedeng gamitin yung congruence theorem ng pang right triangle. So, yung first triangle, ang pattern yan is side angle side. Yung second triangle, ang pattern naman yan ay angle side side. Eh, may pattern ba tayong angle side side? Wala po. So, therefore, number 7 is not congruent. Not congruent. Okay? Next, number 8. O, ito, right triangle yan. Pwede nang gamitin yung congruence theorem ng right triangle. Yes? Santino. Okay, so that is leg. So, ito yung first leg natin. This is the second leg. Yung common side natin. That is correct. Next, number 9. Meron niyang kapareho, yung number 9. Yes, Irene? Okay, not congruent. Ano po yung pattern na meron sa number 9? Bakit mo nasabing not congruent, Irene? Ano yung pattern na meron dito? Okay, angle din ito. Ito yung first congruent sa angle. And this is the second congruent angle. So, angle, wala tayong angle na pattern. So, this is not congruent. Next. Number 10. Last one. What is your answer? Number 10. Okay, Santino. Okay, so that is leg. So, paano natin nasabing leg? Una, itong na triangle sa baba, right triangle yan. Eh, paano naman itong pangalawa? Right triangle ba yan? Yes, that is also right triangle because of the vertical angles. Okay? So, itong isang angle is 90 degree, therefore, itong pangalawa, 90 degree din dahil sa vertical angles. So, yung parts nito, this is leg, this is also a leg. So, leg, congruence theorem. Okay, so any question? May question pa po kayo sa ating lesson? Okay, so kung wala na pong question, let us wrap up our lesson for today. What are the 4 congruence theorem for the right triangles? Ano po yung mga congruence theorem for right triangles? Okay, so yes, Rhea. Okay, so hypotenuse leg, hypotenuse angle, leg, and leg. angle congruence theorem. So can we use this theorem, this congruence theorem on regular triangles? Yes or no? Okay, we cannot use this congruence theorem on regular triangles. Okay, so what kind of triangle lang ang pwedeng gamitin yung congruence theorem na yon? Yes, Misha. Okay, only on right triangle. So, since today is Friday, wala po tayong assignment. Okay, so we will see, magkakaroon tayo ng activity by Monday. So, see you on Monday. Yehey daw, sabi ni Rico. Wala, hindi naman talaga ako nagbibigay ng assignment sa inyo pag Friday, di ba? Okay, so wala po muna activity, wala po muna tayong assignment. So, sir, magbigay ka po. Magbigay ako. Gusto ninyo, magbigay ako. Wag na, wala akong pinipare eh. Sa next Friday na lang, bibigyan kita, Santino, ikaw lang. Sino pong gusto? Si Santino lang ba? Siya lang, ikaw lang daw, sabi ni Anden eh, oh. Okay, so by Monday, meron tayong activity. So, i-recall natin lahat ng postulates and theorem and then mag-start na tayo sa proving na congruent triangles. Okay, so that's all for today. Before you leave, kindly fill up the attendance form. Ito po yung attendance natin.